In this episode of Budget Racer Resto, I'm leaving the garage and heading into the living room to replace the vandalised soft top with a brand new one. It's not actually as hard as it sounds. So today we're inside because I need to repair the dodgy soft top. Obviously the big back window is the main thing, the problem here. They smashed the crap out of that when this car was stolen, but there's also a whole heap of cuts and things in it. So I've removed the remainder of the window because there was broken glass everywhere. And so we need to get it off the frame, remove the old top, and then we've got a nice new one to install. It's actually fairly straightforward. You don't need a lot of fancy tools. It's just fiddly and time consuming. So all I've got is, usual stuff. Screwdriver, drill, some pliers, and you need a rivet gun to put it back together. Anyway, let's get to the disassembly first. So let me start with the obvious bits on what we need to do first. There's two rivets, lift that up, two rivets here at the back. In the base here there's two plastic clips, we need to try and pull those up. Then we get the rubbers off, they sort of just peel up. And underneath is screws holding those in, and then metal plates. We need to pull these latches off on both sides. Across the front there's 4 screws and a metal plate there. And then there's a wire around the back on a spring. Once we get this off I'll show you that. So back here there's a tension spring, not that, which it's under here and they can't see it, too dark. So we have to undo that and then basically the top will fall off. So let's get to it. Now you've probably seen this little metal corner before. It's the piece that's the lowest point of the top that's sort of visible when it's up, if that makes sense. So it sits just above the door. And there's a screw that goes in here and then that just comes out. You do need to save that. You might want to clean it up like I will need to. But you want to save that because that needs to go back on with the new top. And it sort of clips in there and just holds, I guess, the base of the top in place. Once all the screws are out of this, they can be stuck on. This is a factory top that's never been pulled apart before, and they're very tight. So you'll need to give them a good yank to get them apart because they're sort of glued in place. Allow me to introduce you to the new top. This is just a budget spec eBay roof. They're about 350 Aussie dollars delivered to your door. But a perfect option for this build, and it should do a fair job for our needs. Just a plastic window in this case, unlike the glass window item that was on the car previously, but that's okay, the car would have originally come with a plastic window from the factory, and it'll also offer slightly better visibility anyway. I've now got the soft top all affixed onto the frame, removed from the previous roof. It's all gone on fairly well. It's not the easiest job, but it's not impossible. It's just a bit fiddly and time consuming. So sit down in front of the telly inside the house, spend a couple of hours, and you get it done eventually. It's really not too bad at all. In readiness for the soft top, I've got the rain rail ready by slipping it over all the M6 studs around the rear parcel area. The rain rail runs right around this edge from one side of the car to the other to help direct any stray water toward the drain holes that we cleaned in an earlier episode. The soft top can then be installed over the top of the rain rail before the rain rail is folded back up and wrapped over the soft top from the inside. And so, with the roof now installed, on the inside of the car the metal trims are also secured all in place to help get the roof all nice and even, and hopefully we'll end up with a tight fitting new roof. back outside the car, I'm letting it settle in the sun to soften the vinyl before I attempt to latch it down for the first time. It's going to be pretty tight. Things are really starting to look up at this point. The new roof should top off an otherwise kinda average looking exterior. And of course that means next time I need to get to work on putting all that interior back together and getting it looking all clean and mostly original. Anyway, I'd really love for you to come along for that next episode, so if you are new here, please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I sure would love if you would hit the thumbs up button because that helps me out with some sort of weird YouTube magic. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.